doing something, and I think that's what I got from the books and the lectures and all that. You hear it, but it is not absorbed. It's not part of who you are and your new way of working. And that's where coaching really makes a difference. I'm Joran. I am currently working as a product manager at Loop Earplugs, which I started doing in the end of 2021. And at the time, Loop was a very early scale-up company. I was number 16 there, and today we're over 150. So I've been the past 1.5 years part of a fast-paced company, a real rocket to the moon. Currently at Loop, I am one of 3 product managers. So since 2 weeks now, we have our third person and many more to come. And it is a product management role on a portfolio level still, which has been a continuation of different changes over time. So in the first year, more or less, I helped build the data and analytics department within Loop. I held a strong position in building what product management is and the fundamentals and setting it up and signaling to stakeholders on where we can help and where we are probably less likely to help, or what can be the expectations of the role. That was actually interesting. When I started at Loop, as I told you, no previous experience in product management, I started to geek out as much as I could. So I started reading everything online, bought some books, looked into my network, and LinkedIn is an amazing tool for that. And the thing that I started doing as well is to attend events locally. And as I told you, I live in Brussels. So at some point I saw something popping up at the Avenue Louise. And I was very interested, mainly because the event was focusing on product management at startups and scale-ups, so very young companies. But I decided to go nonetheless, check this event out and see what I could learn, transfer from the technological world to the physical world. And this was actually a dualoop hosted event, I think somewhat a year ago now, right? And I met Timote there, amazing, inspiring guy. You know, he is he's a charismatic figure. So you see him in a room and you spot him immediately when he's there. And I could immediately see from the way he was talking to all these speakers and, just the employees that were there, the guests that were there, the speakers, he had this stakeholder approach, right? He knows his audience, he knows what to talk to. He's a kind person with design. So I had in short, a very good experience there with the world of product management on a local scale here in Brussels, in Belgium. But there is many things happening, and it was great to see that it was facilitated by dualoop. So they definitely established themselves for me as a core and vital role in the Belgian and somewhat beyond now and growing product management spheres. And I know I had to talk to people within the company to learn more. In the beginning, as I said, more me asking a lot of questions, he dodging a bit of those questions and letting me come up with the answers myself. And in that process, I discovered that it's a lot about stakeholder management, about talking to the right people, about how you bring things more than what you exactly bring. And he also works very well as a mirror. He's independent from my company. He's invested in a way, because he cares, but he's not, invested that he needs to do anything or gets anything out of it. So he's very unbiased. So when I come with a one-sided story or something, or only my view, it's also very useful to get that external view of how some of my stakeholders could also potentially perceive my actions and my decisions. But it's confidence that, like, when you're new in this role, you're like, should I, is this part of the role? Is this allowed? Is this where this role needs to go to, or will I get stuck? Or is this how the practice of product management should function? And just having someone be like, yes, that's exactly what you need to do. That is the core of your role. At any level in your career, you can benefit from having someone that has the outside perspective and challenges you on what it is. Even if you've seen product management in its essence 1,000 times and you've seen it in so many companies, it would also be a good thing to have someone take you out of your current environment and ask you the right questions.